Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to Tangledeep, a dungeon crawling roguelike from Impact Gameworks that is coming out this Wednesday the 19th for $20 or $15 or $20. I do not remember, and it's not written on this early access sheet. This is a game that was made, I'm sure you can tell just looking at it, this is a game that was made by people who really, really loved Super Nintendo games. And it hews a lot closer to Rogue in the actual play than a lot of roguelikes or roguelites. You know, I'm never sure where the line is anymore. But if you've ever played Dungeons of Dreadmore, think that. It has a lot in common with Dungeons of Dreadmore. So we have a portal here. This is our town. Let's walk around town a little bit. The game is tile-based. Everything is turn-based. That's kind of what I was talking about with the Dreadmore comparison. These are our townspeople. We have some basic shops. This dude who sells food is named Nando, but he does not sell chicken, which is ridiculous. We have a rumor gatherer who gives us quests and stuff. This guy is the healer, and he also lets us change class. We'll talk about class stuff in a minute. I think the class stuff is something really special, but there is a little bit of persistent progress stuff between characters. The game features permadeath. If you die, your character is completely gone, but there's this screen down here south of town. Hell yeah, let's harvest some stuff. There's a screen south of town where you can probably keyboard control would be a little easier right now, where you can find seeds in the dungeon and plant trees, and the trees will still be here. If your character dies, you can start a new character in the same town, and all the trees will still be here, and they'll be generating fruit. So you go out adventuring, and it makes it easier for your next character because they'll have a little bit more food to work with so that they can heal up. There's a monster trainer guy down here. I don't have any monsters captured, but I'm sure you can build up a little ranch and have some creatures for your new characters to take into the dungeon. Up here, this monkey dude, W.R. Chimperton III, which is a pretty okay name for a monkey who wears I don't know, is that a chapeau? He has a safe. You can store items in there, and then the items are still there. If you die, your next character comes along and can take out the items. So let's get back into the dungeon. Back into the portal we go. So this is me. I am what am I called? I'm called a Floramancer, I think. The game has some really cool class stuff going on, yeah. So I'm a Floramancer. I have this Floraconda, who is my pet and follows me around and fights lions for me and stuff. You can see tile-based, again, very, very 16-bit inspired graphics. I believe the developer said that once you know what you're doing, a single run through the game will take in the neighborhood of 6 hours. I have not successfully run through anything. So let's get in some combat. Here we go. This box is kind of in the way. I don't know if this is actually in the way, but I'm going to destroy it. Alright, so we have these abilities. We have a bunch of active abilities down here. You can have 8 active abilities equipped at a time. We also have a bunch of weapons. You can switch weapons quickly. It doesn't spend a turn or anything, but only among these weapon slots. And you have, of course, a huge amount of inventory space, but if you want to grab something from your inventory, that actually does spend turns, and so you can get clobbered and stuff. So let's just fight this guy. I'm going to move back, let my Floraconda get in here, and we'll just shoot at him with my Soldier's Apprentice's Staff of Conjuration. Obviously a real Diablo-style suffix and prefix thing going on with the loot generation here. And you can see up at the top an awful lot of information about the enemy. Part of this is because I took a perk that gives me more detailed information. But you get to select a couple of perks when you make an enemy, and I have always loved being able to see, oh, this guy's a boss. So he's summoned some kind of creepy materialized shadow hands. I'm going to endeavor not to stand on those. Get him, Floraconda. We have some abilities. So let's talk about my abilities real quick. I have some abilities over here. Floraconda, Vine Wall, Vine Swing. These are all pretty much what you would expect from a character who's called a Floramancer. But these other ones over here in a different color are actually abilities from a different class. In town, you can change your class, and you'll keep any abilities you've earned from your previous class. So I started the game as a gambler, which is like a cards and dice, it's got that kind of flavor to it. So I think we're going to roll some bones here, because my Floramancer abilities are not super aggressive just yet. So I rolled a 4 and a 1. And I shot some hail of darts at him. I'm going to move out of this area of effect. You can see a lot of enemies will telegraph their attacks to some degree. Oh, he seems to have gotten larger, and my guy is dead. So I'm going to keep fleeing for a second, because down here we have this charge time meter. I think this is a really cool mechanic. every time you do anything, you gain charge time. And the amount of charge time you gain from doing stuff is affected by your stats. So you can have a build that's like all about generating more charge time. And if you hit 100 charge time, you get an extra turn. So we're going to back off of this dude until I hit my... Uh-oh. That's not great. Okay. I was going to back off until I hit my charge time threshold and then summon a new Floriconda. But let's try Hot Streak. So a lot of the gambler abilities have some element of randomness. We aim this, and we will dash along one of these 3 lines. This is the way we want to go. Okay, that kind of worked. Alright, so we got our free turn. This seems like a fine time to drop a Floriconda in front of him. And then we're going to back up again. So we can also... I haven't actually used a lot of these abilities. How does this work? Can I... Okay, I can rotate. So we'll just, like, put this vine wall down right here, and it slows them as long as they're near it, I believe. I got Materialized Shadowed immediately right there. 42 HP is actually kind of a lot. So these... What are these? Yeah, they slow nearby enemies, and I can jump to them with this ability, which is pretty cool. A little bit of mobility stuff. So let's roll the dice. Unfortunately, rolling the dice... what did it do? It gave us a buff. Parry, block, and dodge chance. Well, that's not ideal. I was looking for some DPS stuff. So let's try out this Vine Swing. How does this work? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. We'll pick up some loot here. Oh, I'm getting wrecked a little bit. So you can see I'm picking up cards. That's because of my Wild Cards ability. Whenever I crit or kill a monster, we draw a poker card. And then we can click the ability to play our hand, and different hands give different effects. Obviously, better hands give better effects. So we also have a bunch of resource bars down here. You have stamina and energy, which are used for different kinds of abilities. And anytime an enemy dies, it may drop a stamina or energy power-up. Stamina and energy and health all do not naturally... Wait a minute. We don't have to fight this guy. None of this stuff regenerates naturally over time. You have to manage it a little bit. I think your bars fill up when you level up, maybe. But you're gonna have to manage your resources intelligently. And like I said, there's fairly frequent drops of energy and stamina from enemies, but you can't necessarily rely on it. So what do we got here? Some treasure. We found some splint mail and some unstable concoctions. That's fine. That's a dead end. I don't know where I'm going. Where's my map? Okay, so these are the stairs up to a special area. These are not the stairs up to the next level. So our whole goal is just to keep going upward. The carrot patch. Alright, well, let's get some carrots. Hell yeah. Not only can we just eat carrots, but there's actually some minor crafting systems and stuff in the game, and I have a couple of recipes where I can cook carrots up into something really good. Should we read this sign? Farm fresh carrots, please take 1 honor system. Well, I mean, we've already screwed that up. I suppose I could just put the carrots down, but come on, I'm trying to save the world or something. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm not. So our goal is just to get upstairs, basically. And I think that we're just going upstairs because our character was a person who felt like they needed an adventure in their life. So I suppose I shouldn't be robbing people. It's not the most noble goal, I guess. It looks to me like there's a lot of level over here. Yeah, let's go get some more stuff. So the game features a lot of different control methods. I've been playing entirely with the mouse, which is maybe not the best way to do it, but it does work. And I really appreciate it when a game plays well entirely with the mouse, because sometimes I am profoundly lazy and I don't want to lean forward and press keys. Okay, so we got a hand, now we've got a pear. I do not remember what a pear does. I've definitely had a pear already. Let's go find out. Hey, you. Oh, you're not actually in range. Hold on. Where are you going? It says that this beast should be aggressive, but he seems to be a coward. Okay. 1 pear, buff self to increase crit chance. Oh, well, alright, it's fine, I'm down. So it doesn't say how much on the tooltip. Get him! So that feeds into your abilities because critting will make you draw more cards. We're not getting a lot of crits out here. There we go. Oh, this frog. These frogs have fungus on them, and I suppose it's supposed to be like cordyceps fungus. It takes control of your mind and makes you want to touch the frog. So it's very difficult to stay at a range and fight these guys. Alright, we're not doing that well. Kind of getting messed up. So we have a healing flask that restores health over turns. It has limited uses, and you can get more healing water in it with fountains. We've also found a secret area. Unfortunately, the secret area has lava in it, but does this let me skip damage from the lava? It does. That's pretty cool. Of course, now I don't know how to get out. That's fine. We'll just take a huge amount of damage from this lava. Also, I probably should have summoned my Floriconda before doing this. This. So you can see, it's telegraphing attacks, and there's a lot of, like, strategic positioning and stuff that you can do. I really like these mobility abilities, particularly this, what do you call it? Hot Streak, which lets you just flee. I have not yet been doomed by the random direction thing. I imagine it will happen eventually, and then I will like the ability significantly less. So, is there really no way over there? Oh, maybe up here. Yeah. I definitely want to look around a little bit. It seems to me like there are respawning enemies, but you're not really incentivized to stay in one area for very long, because once you significantly outlevel the enemies in an area, you stop getting meaningful rewards from fighting them. Oh, also, I just realized we have enough job points to gain an ability. So let's go grab this fountain first. Ooh. A fairy's choker of cleverness. I don't know what of cleverness means. Let's pop in the menu here. 20% chance when struck to reduce ability cooldowns, plus 10 guile. I'm new enough to the game that I still don't remember what all the abilities do. Guile is crit chance, parry chance, and the chance for enemies to drop power-ups when you kill them. Okay, so you can see there's a fair amount of stuff going on here. Here's my feats. Examining enemies reveals more info, get better loot. There's a lot of different damage types. You have a variety of slots, and you can see here already there's like a significant number of qualities of gear. So what is this? Is this an accessory? It is an accessory. So I could replace my... Hold on a second. I could replace my spectacles. These are giving my pet health, though. I kind of like these. Yeah, we'll just keep it. We'll sell these back in town or something. Oh, yes, and we should spend our job points. So you get job points every time you kill stuff. XP, money, and job points. And you can spend job points on your skills. And then again, you're trying to sort of build a character that is interesting out of the skills of a bunch of different classes. You also get traits from your actual job once you've spent a certain amount of job points in it. This actually sounds pretty good. A constrict attack, I'm imagining, keeps enemies in place. We could make a bed of thorns. Ooh, I want this. I want to make turrets. So we need 300 job points for that. There's a whole chicken dinner in that lava, and also a yellow quality item. Can we lay vines on the lava? Well, that's not going to prevent me from taking damage. I don't know why I even thought of that. Alright. Well, we got a couple of cool things. I wish I had laid the vines over here so I could just swing to them and immediately get out of here. I'm just going to walk out. We could have waited maybe, but... Let's fill up our flask. So let's look at our cool loot. So if you're a person who likes to explore and smash monsters and pick up loot, I think this game has a lot of cool stuff in it. You will probably enjoy it. Deal 25% more damage with consumables. That's an interesting idea. So I have a couple of consumables, or do I still? You know what? I had them on my last character. I think I died, so obviously I lost everything. Okay, but we have some here. There's some throwable potion stuff going on. I don't know if you can eventually learn to mix your own potions, because there are definitely items that are just like, this doesn't do anything, but you could put it in a recipe. So it might be that at some point you can mix your own potions. That would be a cool class. Deals extra damage with consecutive hits. If you crit, you gain 60 charge time. And it has bonus damage and a higher damage variance. It's not bad. I really like being able to attack at range, though. This seems very useful to me. He has some kind of instinctive regen ability. And a charge. Get away from me. Floriconda, do more damage, man. Alright, let's try rolling the dice. Yeah, that ability usually does some pretty okay damage. It's usually a little bit better than just attacking. A lucky night ring. Some stamina and some energy. I do wish that there was like a tooltip system where you could just click on the combat log and it would tell you what things do. Chance to find extra gold. Plus 15% shadow damage dealt. Unfortunately, we don't have any shadow damage. But I do really like things like that that encourage you to build along various linears. It can be really fun to get a build going in a game that has that kind of stuff. I don't know where my Floriconda has gone, but we need him over here like now. These guys are marked as aggressive. It seems like the enemies that are aggressive really require you to get right up in their face before they will fight you. Or you can just hit them first. Oh, they throw stuff. Great. Okay, I'm bleeding, so... This is a terrible hand, but let's go ahead and use it real quick. So now I have an increased chance to crit, and let's see if I can... Nope. I do have this other ability, Sleight of Hand, so this will confuse them. And now I guess they might potentially attack each other, or just do things that don't make a lot of sense. They're not really fighting each other, though. Am I gonna die? I might die. Get him, Floriconda. I don't know why I keep running. I know he can throw knives at me. Short bow of vengeance. Is that a better ranged weapon? Because I really like ranged weapons. The next attack is much stronger if you miss. That's cool. It has 4 range, which is more than mine has. But it has a lot less weapon power. Because this thing is based on my spirit and swiftness. And I've buffed up my spirit a little bit, I think. So you can see, like, sort of the broad archetypes of these games are here. Ooh, Pandora's Chest. So these things, when you open them up, they give you a bunch of XP and money and job points, but they also increase the difficulty of all enemies on this level. So spirit and swiftness. I'm going to pick up some swiftness, maybe? I mean, we want to crit a lot so that we can get cards, but we also want to get crit damage, so when we crit it really matters. Our guile's pretty low, but our swiftness will buff our actual attack damage. Yeah, let's take a little bit of swiftness. Yeah, and it looks like everything refills when you level up. In addition, there's a healer in town who you can pay to refill all your bars, and they will give you 1 very, very cheap heal every time you level up. And then further heals on that level are... they seemed pretty exorbitantly expensive to me, but maybe once you start getting deeper in the dungeon, you make a lot more money. Or deeper, I guess higher, really, is what I mean. Oh no, it's some kind of crab. So you can see these enemies are marked as being very easy to me now because I am higher level than they are, but that guy's just easy. If you get high enough level above something, it's marked as worthless, and once it's worthless, first of all, it just flees from you. It doesn't even try to fight you, so the game gives you no particular reason to fight those things. But then, if you do kill one, it gives you, I believe, no XP and no money and a single job point, so... Alright, yeah, I've been pretty thorough here. It's time to head up to the next level. Ooh, a box of mints. What do Altoids do in a fantasy universe? They give you energy. Okay. I guess. They're very refreshing. Ah! Frog, get out of here. Yeah, the Floriconda seems... Oops, that's the wrong ability. You know, they're all green and pictures of vines. It's very easy to get confused. So every, as you might imagine, every class has a sort of a simple color palette, so you can tell at a glance which abilities are which very easily, which I appreciate. I think a lot of the art in the game is really charming. Alright, we got our free turn here. He's at 60. I think we can... Nope, never mind. I was going to say, I think we can kill him before he can attack again. Glowing running shoes. Plus 2 CT per step and 10 extra energy. I don't think I want to wear that over either of my things. Dirtbeak's Den, the 6th floor. What is this? Gold frog? What are you doing here? Many cycles I have yearned to escape the labyrinth of Item World. I stumbled through a portal and found myself in Tangledeep. That's incredible. By the actual definition of that word, I literally don't believe you. Fortune smiled upon me that day. Now I am a ronin, a wanderer, much like yourself. You're not that much like me. Can I have some gold? Curse this gilded body of mine, it has been naught but trouble. No longer will it restrain me. Okay. That was pretty weird. Here's a fire. We can cook at the fire. We can also rest. Let's, Are we healing now? Oh. Try cooking a single restorative item to get a super healing item and the fire will die out. Okay, so you can use a fire to either heal you to full or to cook a single item, but doing so destroys it. That's fine. So let's cook, I don't have... Wait, I think it's chicken plus grain plus vegetable? Yeah, look at that. So we got a super chicken pot pie then? The meal fills you with power. Your next attack is super strong. Okay. That's usually how I feel after eating a chicken pot pie. I guess I didn't do it correctly. Okay, well, we'll refill all our stuff. Alright, so this is just like a weird interstitial floor. This wasn't actually floor 6. That's interesting. Uh-oh. I think we may have wandered into a boss fight. Well, this might be interesting. You guys might get to see the creating a new character process here. Right behind the tree line. When I give the signal, that's when you two swoop in and start causing trouble. First knock that stupid turtle preacher on his shell. That'll freak everyone out enough to let the rest of us start tying up that wordy monkey and dragging us safe off to the nest. Oh, they're talking about the people in town. Okay, looks like I caught some troublemakers. That's not a... None of this is a cool thing to say. I'm gonna shout at them about troublemakers. All you caught, little girl, is a beak full of beatdown. Alright, this guy's okay. I've come around. Step right, bird boys. Let's relieve this fleshy hero of her treasures and leave her in a ditch. Wow. Work hard and I'll even let you keep some of it, because that's the generous bird that Duke Dirtbeak is. Alright, I'm gonna tear you up worse than that garbage rug. It is a bad rug. Yeah, yell at him about his decor. What? This is the best rug. Okay. I kind of like the writing in this game. There hasn't been very much of it so far, but I enjoyed that. What is up? I have a confident attitude, I guess, because of the way I handled that dialogue. That's kind of cool. Alright, so I don't know what I'm doing here. So these are, I'm assuming, bad guys. A senior mad chemist. Okay. We have he has 300 HP. We really don't hit that hard. We're going to have to hit this guy like 10 times to kill him. So I have this ability, Double Down. You lose 10% of your max HP, and then if you take at least that much damage within 3 turns, you explode, which is better than it sounds. Trust me, it's actually pretty good. I mean, I guess we just lay into him while we have our buff, right? The Floraconda will get on it. I think what that was, yeah, Vine Pulse. The Floraconda can yank enemies over to him. This is just a plunderer, that's not the boss. I guess this is maybe not a boss encounter. What's the range on my attack? 3? So I can actually stand over here, so I'm a little harder for the rest of them to hit. He's all healing himself and stuff, man. Let's try roll the bones. What did I roll? I gained Lady Luck. Oh, okay. That's fine, I guess. I can only get one guy with the confuse, but maybe confusing him will be worthwhile. Ah, man. Stupid Floraconda died. Okay, we got one of them down. I'm definitely gonna have to heal up. As the Floraconda turns to inanimate leaves, the cycle of life replenishes you. Oh, do I get some healing every time my Floraconda dies? Also, somebody put down a dangerous bomb. If I just keep him right here, he'll totally stand in it. Well, that works okay for me. So I think I'm probably going to get hit for enough to trigger Double Down. Oh, here comes the enemy. So let's try... Nope, Sleight of Hand is not going to hit 2 targets yet. So that's Duke Dirtbeak. Unfortunately, I've sort of cornered myself here, and we can't summon our Floraconda just yet. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. little bit of darts of hail. And just like... That was the explosion from Double Down. I'm trying to get these guys to come in a little bit closer. Oh, I don't have any energy. Food. Do I have any food that instantly restores energy? Well, this'll restore a lot in any case. Alchemical gas, and there's a fire over there now. So why don't we vine wall over here and then swing all the way out. Nope, never mind. Too much damage. So I was killed by Duke Dirtbeak. Died with 4 healing items in my backpack. It wants you to know, hey, you probably could have survived that, you big idiot. Alright, don't forget to check the combat log. Yeah. So the game's relatively difficult. I don't have a lot of trouble with the normal monsters, but every once in a while you run into a champion guy who has some random affixes or a boss, like that, and you just get absolutely flattened. So let's make a new character. So we can pick new game, select our existing town. The game does feature a non-permadeath mode if you don't like to play that way. You just get sent back to town when you die. You lose a little bit of unspent progress. My name is SB, just like it was last time. It's funny how every adventurer who comes to this town is named SB. So this is they have 9 classes to start with. I believe they intend to put more into the game, and each one of them has like a significant number of abilities and some cool passive stuff going on. And a lot of these abilities are designed to hook into the abilities from other classes in neat ways. I think this is just super cool. I can already tell that I'm going to play a tremendous amount of this. It might even end up on the channel. So, in most games, I end up playing Paladins. Play Paladins a lot. I'm not 100% sure why, but let's try this. So you get to pick 2 feats. I liked having better info on the enemies. I like if you don't have this, you can't tell how much HP they have. You can see a percentage, but not an actual number. And I like this. It made me feel a little bit more secure. And maybe it would be good to level up our job faster. Heal more. Actually, let's do this. I feel like I'm never at full health. Alright, so it just drops you into the middle of the town. There's a little text that occurs based on your class, it seems like. Today I will answer the call. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Today I also might get horribly murdered. So, what gear did I start with? I have a chance to block, and I have a sword. It has a chance to stun people, probably because it's blunt, I'm guessing. Alright, let's go real quick to our garden. Oh, I should talk about this. This little altar here. Once you have picked up... oh, they're in here once you have them. When you defeat enemies, sometimes you'll get an item world orb. And, as you might expect, if you played Disgaea, it works exactly the way it sounds like it works. You can take the orb to this little thing, and it will let you actually enter one of your items. And go in there and fight a little world full of enemies inside your item, and if you defeat the item boss in there, then your item permanently gains stats. So there's a huge amount of stuff happening in this game, which I really appreciate. Alright, a little bit of basic stuff. I haven't looked at our abilities at all yet, actually. What is it to be the guy that we are? Hold on, where's the job? Here we go. So we block more damage with the shield, we have some improved base stats. We should probably buy some skills, because they start you off with some job points, so you don't have to just auto-attack enemies. Surrounds you with divine energy that restores health when you block, costs energy per block. You can shoot lightning at people. We're shooting lightning for sure. Smite Evil does a lot of damage and reduces the target's damage. Okay, I think we should definitely pick up the charge. Mobility stuff seems to be really important. It's very easy to get surrounded by enemies and just totally wrecked. I'm not... What is happening here? Okay, there's lightning. A champion ruthless salamander that is electrified. Well, I guess we know what's happening. How does this work? Okay, it's a pretty decent effect area. It really didn't do a whole lot of damage. Ah, but his defense is lowered. Uh-oh. Is he shooting fire at us too? I guess he's a salamander. That makes sense. So I hit for 25 damage. It looks like I can sometimes... Oh yeah, right. It says on my sword that sometimes the sword will stun enemies. Okay, so here's an item world orb. It's a club of stealth. Yeah, so it looks like from the loading screen at least, the world has about at least 25 levels. And I think there's a lot going on here, and I think that the stuff that is happening is pretty interesting and well designed. Wait, which one of them is injured already? It's this one. So if you were a big fan of Dungeons of Dreadmore, for mechanical reasons, not necessarily for the style of humor, then this game might be right up your alley. Mold-infested vermin. I think that this is another cordyceps fungus kind of thing. Dungeon Digest? What is this? Grants the Keen Eyes perk, which reveals extra information when exploring new floors, plus 10% spear power. Wait, Keen Eyes, isn't that... That's interesting. So you can get perks from other stuff in the world. I guess that affects which perks are valuable. Reveals extra information when exploring new floors. This is probably not worth equipping over a shield, right? Because that's what it would do. It would, it's an offhand. It would go in our shield slot. We should probably be using this club, though. This club hits way harder than our sword, and it still has a chance to stun. The blunt sword apparently is a club, because it has all the traits of a club. Makes monsters less likely to notice me, which I don't really care about, but also it does a hell of a lot more damage. And that I care about tremendously. Okay, we're actually kind of getting wrecked. Let's charge. That showed him. We're definitely a strength character. The music really, really reminds me of, like, sort of like the Final Fantasy VI Chrono Trigger era of games. Apparently the lead designer and developer is also the composer. This is a guy who's gone by, I can't remember now. Zircon. This guy who's gone by the name Zircon on OC Remix. So if you're really into video game music, you might already be familiar with this guy's work. Champion Scar the Mold-Infested Vermin. He has phasing. I don't know what that really means. We're going to charge right through him. Ow. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure... Uh-oh. He's roared with power. I don't know what that means. Can't be good. Spiritual Holy Symbol of Scavenging. I do love scavenging. What is... Ooh, a chance to heal when hit. I wonder if that applies to hits that are parried and blocked as well. Because you could kind of put together a whole defensive wall kind of thing, right? So now the game is in pre-early access, right? So this is a pretty early build, and obviously it does not represent the final product, but I would say that what's here already looks really great. I know that one thing that they intend to add before early access is over is facing sprites, so that your character will not always be looking down, which is a thing that may have some actual mechanical value, because I saw at least one item that was concerned about your facing, and in fact, it might be the case that you can only block with shields, block things that are in front of you. He's a champion killer grotto flyer with the turtling trait. I assume he runs away and is afraid of us a lot. Let's do this. Drop his defenses. Yeah, I don't know. This guy, his paladin class seems to be pretty okay. Yeah, I'm going all in on offense, man. Alright, also, I just picked up a bunch of stamina pickups, even though I had just leveled up and was 100% certain I didn't need them, so that's not great. I should maybe pay a little bit more attention to what I'm doing. Plus 2% dodge, 5% physical resistance. Yeah, this chance to dodge special attacks. This seems a heck of a lot better than these dirty robes I found on the ground. And also, we could learn to smite people. I do like smiting people. Costs a lot of stamina, though. Or we could go for this Radiant Aura. Okay, so some of our stuff costs energy and some of it costs stamina. We're going to have to keep a little bit better track of that than I have been so far. And actually, it looks like we pretty much explored the place. Let's just get out of here. Wait, the stairs are... yeah, here we go. You hear word of a traveler arriving in Riverstone Camp for a limited time. Interesting. Well, I mean, let's go back home. So we do have a town portal. You use it and then it takes you back in 12 turns. Ow. Fire jelly. You should not stand in water because water saps your stamina. Okay, what's up? Belak, the bomb shop. Yeah, let's go ahead and sell all of our commons. 106 gold. What do you got? Shurikens, deadly throwing weapons that cut right through armor. I'm assuming everything in here is going to be consumable. So there's lightning damage, there's fire damage, there's all kinds of different... yeah. There's a lot of consumable weapons, it seems like. So there's probably a pretty good set of consumable weapon enhancing perks and items. What do you have? You have sort of more normal stuff. Water protection. A hand axe of insect slaying. Plus 20% damage to insects. Ooh, that's interesting. Hand axes hit all adjacent enemies. And on crit, they break defense. Actually, how much is this? 231? I'll take that. That actually sounds really good. So let's replace one of the things. Let's replace our blunt training sword with that. And then do I want to do anything else? We may as well, while we're here, just completely refill our stamina. Because the odds that we're going to come back to town before we level up again are very low. Let's see what we got from our rumor monger. Legends stand tall like ancient trees. I guess. The rumors of a place called Spiny Maze between floors 3 and 5. Seek it out, get 36 XP. I'll take it. That's a very easy quest. And I suppose as long as we're in town, we ought to go check our garden. Heck yeah, free food. I kind of miss my Floraconda, though. It's nice to have something else. Ah, he predicted my my movement pretty cleverly there. Yeah, it was nice to have something else for the enemies to focus on. I'm definitely way tougher. So this costs 5 energy per block. It says CT bonus 100, but I think what that means is that using it will not take a turn, right? Because it'll give you a free turn when you do it. Let's yeah, it just didn't expend a turn. Okay. I don't seem to be blocking stuff very often. Oh, what is this? Do you want to be like... huh. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. So he shoots out, like, whirling bladed projectiles that have a predetermined movement path. This looks like a fake wall. This is the tile that is used to mark a fake wall sometimes. No, I guess it's not anything. Yeah, sometimes your feet get stuck in mud. It's not a good idea to stand in mud. I don't know if I want to stand in water while fighting an electric enemy. Oh, this isn't even... well, hold on. I'm not going to warp back to the stairs. There's treasure to be had. This isn't even where we were going. Apprentice's staff of frog slaying and beast slaying and conjuration. Alright, let's have a look at that. It probably is not super great for me. It does bonus damage to frogs and beasts, of course. Makes summons last an extra turn. It has 3 range, and it does more damage than my current weapon. But this thing hits multiple enemies when I use it, and sometimes that's going to be very valuable. We should probably put this in. Let's equip it over our javelin, I guess. It might be important to have a ranged weapon at some point. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to walk back now. We didn't take the free teleport. Now we have to walk back to the stairs. So where... Oh, we didn't go down here yet. Nope, never mind. That's a dead end. So there's stairs right here. Are these the ones we came down? What is purple? What does purple mean? Okay, purple is the stairs that you came in through, it looks like. So these must be the right ones. I'm glad that there's a mapping function because I forget stuff like the positions of things in a dungeon level pretty easily. May as well rake in some quick XP here. Alright, we'll do one or two more floors just to kind of get a feel for everything. So it seems like... Wait, why can't I... Oh, because it's just a toggle. Okay. Well, we probably ought to do this. Lucky splint mail? I'm pretty sure our armor right now is not magic at all, right? Oh no, that's right. It's hide armor of sheltering. This has a lot less defense, but it has physical resistance. It may attract monsters, but it has a chance to get extra gold. Gold has not really been an issue. I think we'll go with our more protective armor for now. I'm getting hit in the face a lot, and I think it would be a good idea to to strategize around surviving that. So yeah, we just have no stamina left. I've been running through water all over the place. One of the main functions of boots, the boots that we just picked up, seems to be preventing you from getting stuck in the mud, which I think is a kind of a cool trade-off. The boots are not necessarily statistically exciting, but not getting trapped in mud could sometimes be really valuable. So we should have this on and leave it on. Yeah, there we go. So I got a block. Oh, this thing is remarkably difficult. For a giant spider, which is traditionally the easiest enemy in every game, remarkably difficult. So this guy is also turtling. I really don't know what it... Oh, he's got, like, shields. Do I not want to hit him from those directions, I guess? Okay, a free mint herb brew. Is this also going to restore my energy? Huh. Okay. Mint does not have a consistent mechanical identity. Alright, so these guys are very easy. When we level up, I think it's going to make them worthless. Which seems like a bit of a harsh judgment to me, but... Hey, listen. The developers know what the game looks like on the inside, and I don't. Maybe they are just completely worthless as creatures. Yeah, I'm liking this. This feels a lot different. On my first playthrough, I was a brigand, and I was capable in melee combat, but I was not nearly so good at just, like, stand and deliver stuff. There's a lot of, like, trickery and bouncing off of people, or stuns and bleeds. This is definitely easier. So this is actually the way up. We spawned we spawned in like 5 feet from it. Let's go ahead and have a look around at least. Okay, that's a place that we have already been. There. Ah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. This kind of thing. So does one of these improve my hit points? It looks like there's not really a toughness stat. Does one of these increase my chance to block? Is parry chance maybe block chance as long as you're holding a shield? Or that says physical defense. Let's take physical defense. So shield slam, knocks enemies back and stuns them, does a lot of damage. Throw a hammer of burning divine energy that travels away from you then returns. Well, that sounds pretty okay. Extra chance to dodge while wearing heavy armor. So, like, this is a thing that these passives in particular. Ooh. Okay, let's save up for this. We're actually pretty close to it. These passives in particular are the kinds of things that will be really interesting to have when you're actually playing as a different class. Where are you? Wilkin. Just like a bush. A bush that shoots spines at people. Alright, this might be a good time for a ranged attack. I don't actually want to have to cross all this mud and water to get to him. Alright, so like I said, it seems like the game is maybe 25 or 30 levels long. We definitely at least saw a message that indicated they were building level 25 on the loading screen. So if this is the actual way up, this is another side area. We should definitely go to the side area. Stun that spider while we deal with this thing real quick. I guess I kind of forgot that our axe hits everything adjacent to us, and maybe we do want to have multiple enemies. Alright. I think Applewood Grove is maybe... That fly stole our peppers. We had to take them back. Applewood Grove might be like a little side area that always spawns, because I've definitely seen this in both of my other runs. Alright, having a lot of fruit is good. Fruit is usually pretty good. Bananas give that much stuff. I think pretty much all just straight edible fruits give all the stats. It's just different amounts. Let's go ahead and eat a banana bunch. My impression is that the healing potion heals you way faster than food does, so I want to try to save my healing potion uses for situations that are maybe a little bit more dire. Can't walk on that tiny little tree. Alright, where was that quill maze supposed to be? Was it? It's around here, right? Okay, I cannot use Righteous Charge. Oh, because I don't have any stamina. This is Aracudas. It's interesting. It's called Aracudas. It appears to be piranhas. But, you know, good pun names are hard to come by. If you can't let a little bit of lack of clarity spoil a good one. Why are crabs so good at disarming me? Is he, like, grabbing my sword with his claws? Is that what's supposed to be happening? Huh. Champion Bloodthirsty Aracudas uses Monster Pull. That's a weird ability to have. Oh, wow. Okay, actually, there's a huge amount of damage. Let's see. Can we stun them? We just need to buy a little bit of time for my stuff to work. And actually, maybe we should eat food as well? I think eating food from our inventory costs us a turn there. So his stun is off, but I definitely need to get some healing going. Okay, so he's just going to keep pulling in other nearby monsters. He's a puller. That's interesting. Well, we're hitting both of them, but I'm very concerned that I'm going to die. All he dropped was a simple Codex. I guess the champion monsters are not guaranteed to have good loot, which is a little bit of a shame. Alright, I should probably try to remember to use these, especially in situations like that where it's actually feeling dangerous. Probably actually use the consumables. I do kind of wish that there was a quick bar for that stuff. Am I allowed to put this stuff on my quick bar? No, not really. Oh, okay, see, he's worthless, so it's not even, it is extremely not worth my time to go after him, and he will just run away so as not to make combat more difficult for me, which I really appreciate. Okay, so now we have a chance of stunning whenever we hit anybody, and let's pick up another damage attack, because it's starting to kind of take me a lot of hits to kill stuff. So that's... Oh, hey, there's the spiny maze. Let's grab this water and head on up. That was easy enough. So maybe have a look at... Okay, wow. Well, I see what they're talking about when they called it a maze. What is this? I guess it's totally ornamental, that's what. Spine Bro. Or maybe Spiny Bro? He's a big fan of the X-Men. He always wished that he could be one. His mutant power would be to, I don't know, probably to have the ability to move around. I have to imagine. If you are a bush, that sounds pretty fantastic. It is the #1 thing that I would not like about being a bush. Although, to be perfectly honest, I've been sitting in one position basically all evening just playing video games, so maybe I wouldn't find it to be that bad. A glowtorch of scavenging and focus. Aren't all torches glow torches? Enhances the potency of fire and lightning attacks. Ooh, I do have lightning damage. So what is this? This is an accessory? What does this hood actually do? Gives a very small amount of defense. Yeah, that's definitely glowtorch. Ow. I guess that happens when you block, maybe? That's a heck of a visual effect for a block. Can I smash this? No, I have to walk around. Yeah, I have to say, I feel incredibly tough. So maybe you could combine some of this, like, stun and mobility stuff with the brigand, actually. Be able to get around quickly and occasionally proc a lucky stun, while still taking advantage of all the crit and bleed nonsense that the brigand has access to. Would definitely result in better damage output. Or you could combine some of the lightning-based attacks maybe with there's a spell class, spell slinger or something, a wizardy sounding class. They might have some use for some of these lightning abilities. And of course, anybody who attacks physically would want the defense lowering stuff that you can do. So there's a lot of really neat ways that the classes seem to be able to hook into each other. Okay, well I've walked around in a circle now. Can I actually get into this middle part? Yeah, I wonder if there's some kind of very excellent treasure, maybe. Okay, well it's not a terrible treasure. I'm actually taking, like, kind of a lot of damage just walking around fighting these things. The attrition is significant. Come on, where's the big treasure? Mazes are supposed to have a big treasure at the center, right? Or wait, where was the Minotaur? Well, these guys are worthless. I'm not even getting anything out of fighting them. I found 28 gold. That was the big treasure at the center of the maze. 28 gold. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Okay, well, I mean, we got some XP, we got some job points, we made some friends along the way, and isn't that the real treasure, etc. But let's get the heck out of here, because we have important adventuring to do. Where are the stairs? There we go. Stupid crabs. Also, I'm pretty sure that lava, first of all, is way too hot for you to stand as close to it as I just did. And secondly, is not usually naturally occurring in places with lots of, like, free-growing grasses and stuff. Scroll of lightning protection and a shark tooth cleaver. This is like an axe, except cool. Wow. Less accurate than other axes, but 240 weapon power? Now granted, this one doesn't do bonus damage to insects, but it seems pretty okay to me. Oh, he's worthless, he doesn't want to fight, that's fine. A regenerating puller. Alright, well we don't want to go halfway on this guy. So this... Yeah, okay, that requires melee range. Stop running away from me. You're actually level 4. You shouldn't be afraid of me. Man, we are starting to hit really hard. Yeah, okay, Smite Evil did 97 damage there. That's not bad. Riposte after parrying, parry chance up on crit, guaranteed parry on next attack. That's actually pretty cool. We'll, let's throw that in. But I'm still going to use this axe for now, because I like it. hit stuff really hard. Where am I even going? Well, given that everything down here is underleveled, we probably should continue up. But I think this is probably... Here, we'll go up to the next level and we'll portal back to town. We have to fight a couple of enemies before our portal kicks in. Okay. Wonder if I can make it to that fountain in time. Alright, and you can see every time you move up a level in the dungeon, it generates new inventory for the townspeople and stuff. So as it gets more difficult, you'll be able to return frequently and be able to, you know, buy new food and visit your garden and stuff. I think food grows from the trees every time you go up a level in the dungeon. So we've got 2 item world orbs. We can do some item worlds. Oh yeah, we have some acorns that'll grow into an oak tree. Let's go do that. Check out this guy. I don't know what his deal is, but he is, I think, a poison dart frog? I'm not sure why that makes him a good tree farmer. Oh, I only had 1 seed. Okay. Well, it's a little bit more progress to make things a little bit easier on future runs. Yeah, so that's Tangledeep. I think it's a pretty clear view of what it is. Like I said earlier, it is coming to Steam Early Access on July 19th. It's very soon now, for either $15 or $20. And I think there's already quite a lot of stuff here. I'm not sure what exactly they plan to add between now and release, except, like I said, some art stuff and maybe more jobs. They do say that they plan to full release the game in December, maybe late November or early December. So this is not going to be a game that's going to be languishing in early access for 4 years. The dev team seems to have their stuff together, and they've made something that's very charming and that I'm already enjoying a whole lot. So I hope this has been useful to you. Hopefully you can inform your purchasing decisions and stuff. And we'll see you next time.